Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here then welcome. My name is Chloe. So today's video is going to be one of my recent Empties videos. This is just where I talk about recent products that I've used up and my final thoughts on them really, because I mean I really like watching first impression videos, people trying out products, but I do quite like to watch Empties as well to see what influencers actually continue using, as they use so many different products for different videos that I quite like to see what they're actually using up and then giving their final thoughts on it, because your first impressions and continued use of the product, you can almost fall out of love with the product. I know I found that myself, so I do quite like to watch these videos, so I tend to film them. So I have filmed a tutorial on this eye makeup look today. This is using the Plouise World of Wonder purple palette, one of her new launches. Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed with it. I'm just so obsessed with this purple eye. I don't have many purple palettes. I tend to have a few here and there, or like shades dotted about in different palettes, but I haven't really got like an ultimate purple palette, and I'm so happy that she has launched it. I'm hoping for other colours as well, because I do have Money Shot, which is the green that you've seen me film with so much, that I'm just so happy that I've picked up the purple. So expect lots of purple eyeshadow looks on my channel. I've also filmed a little kind of first impressions of the Fyne Beauty Concealer with the HNB Cosmetics powders. I've also filmed that today. If you would like to see more of me, you can find me on TikTok, Twitter and Instagram. That's under the same handle as my YouTube, which is Chloe Kiehls with 2 E's, but I'll pop that in the description box below for you, as well as all of the products that I've used on my face today. So I've got my little basket here. It isn't full, don't worry. I just wanted something to put my empties in, to kind of transport them into here, instead of just picking up loads of empties. So in no particular order, I'm just going to take out what's sort of on top, and I've got a couple of sheet masks here. If you've watched any of my skincare or empties videos before, you'll know that I love a sheet mask. I like to put one on at least once a week. I love masks, I love skincare, and this empties video is mostly skincare because it's mostly what I've been going through. I don't wear a ton of makeup outside of YouTube, so I don't really go through as much because I tend to try and put a variety of different looks on my channel, so I don't really run out of that many makeup products. I mean, at the moment I found anyway. So I've got 2 sheet masks here. This is from Champneys. I think that you can get this in Boots. Oh yeah, made by Boots. Oh, it is Boots, okay. So I actually got this for my birthday off one of my work friends. It's been chilling in my fridge, as I just have so many sheet masks in there, that I decided to pick this one out and try it on, and I was just amazed by it. It's so soft and silky, and it just fit my face perfectly, and it had the little hooks that you can hook around your ear, so it really keeps it on and doesn't like slide anywhere. It doesn't feel like it's not quite sitting on your face right. I love this. I don't know how much it is, but on my next trip to Boots I will be picking another one of these up, because my skin just felt so soft and hydrated afterwards. So yeah, I do really like this. I will pick up another one. I wouldn't have really picked this one up if I saw it, not knowing sort of how much I like the product, because I tend to pick up the Garnier ones in Boots. If I'm sort of shopping on Cult Beauty or online on the Boots website, I'll pick up the Wishful, as I like that sheet mask as well, as it's quite like a thicker serum in it. Or when I'm in Primark, I do tend to pick up these ones here, as they're just so cheap. What I will say about the Primark ones though is that I have them on my face for less time. I don't think they're as hydrating, as full of serum, but I do tend to use these once a week, so they are very cost effective on the bank, on my bank card, as some sheet masks can be very expensive. But this one is just an avocado one that I picked up. I mostly pick up the hyaluronic acid. I've picked up watermelon, I've I've got all sorts in my fridge, but I really wanted to try the avocado one as it's moisturising. And I did really like this one. It says to leave on your skin for 15 to 20 minutes. Again, I don't feel like they are as hydrating as other sheet masks that I've used, but they do the job. And as I said, I do use these about once a week, and for 80p a pop, I do think that they are really, really good. So next I've got an SPF. I have spoke about this in a couple of videos, but I do just want to give sort of my final thoughts on it today. So this is the Cetaphil SPF. So this is Daily Defense Moisturiser SPF 50 for sensitive skin. I have always really used the La Roche-Posay SPF, and then I think I was just running out of it. I needed to pick up another SPF because I do wear SPF every day, and I saw that my La Roche-Posay one was running out, went into Boots, and it was full price. It was full price in Superdrug, and then I saw that, I think it was with my Superdrug card, that I could get this one for £9, as it's usually about £14 or £15. So I thought I'd try it, as I have seen it around. I've seen it in a few videos where people have used it, and I decided to try it out, as it does say on there dermatologist recommended. So I thought, oh well, this might be quite a nice SPF then. I do like it. I do think that it is a very good SPF. However, it is thicker than the La Roche-Posay one that I'm used to. I don't mind using this on days that I am not wearing makeup, as I can just sort of pop it on all over the skin, that's fine. But I do find that it is, I wouldn't say it's heavy under makeup, because my makeup sits absolutely fine on top of it. I just find that it takes a while to really sink into the skin. I put moisturiser, SPF, and then I go in with sort of my primer and foundation and things, and if I don't let it set enough and I put my primer on over the top, you can see that it starts to go a bit white where it's mixing with the SPF that hasn't quite dried into my skin. So that's a little bit annoying, that it takes me a bit longer in the mornings to get ready, because I just don't like the two mixing together. And I just kind of have to wait for my SPF to really sink in first. So I have actually recently bought another La Roche-Posay when I saw it on offer. Okay, so if you would have seen my skincare videos where I've done little skin updates, cycling out new products as I'm on a bit of a skincare journey, I have used this Cosrx Advanced Snail Mucin. I wanted to get the mini size. I didn't want to invest in a full-size product if I didn't like it, so I quite like when there's mini options on a website. Picked this up from Beauty Bay. I've seen Kylie use this. She said that it helped her skin so much. I do really appreciate when people show their before and after on how their skin used to look, because you see people using products that they say work really well and they've got beautiful skin already, where it was really nice to see that she showed you how clogged her pores were before, and she really rates this product. I did like it. I do find that I have noticed since it has become an empty that I've needed to put a bit more hydration into my skin, as I just felt like this really helped my barrier. My skin barrier. I felt that my skin was very hydrated. I have seen online that you do need to spray your face, like dampen it before putting this on, as that makes the product work much better. I do agree with that. I found a bit of a difference in using it on damp skin than dry skin. It is something that I will pick up again, as I have really noticed a difference in not using it now, in just using my Caudalie essence both morning and night, as I used to use this one every night. Okay, I have spoken about this brand, this product on my channel since I started filming really for YouTube. This is the Estee Lauder Advanced Night Repair Serum. I love this. I've used this for the last, I'd say, 4.5, possibly 5 years now. I don't really use any other night serum. This has taken the top spot. I didn't really think of Estee Lauder as a brand for me to use in my early 20s, as I just feel like the packaging and the counters, they do look more like they're tailored to older women. So I didn't really think of Estee Lauder as a brand for me, and then when I did start working at Debenhams on a beauty counter, I was kind of introduced to more of the brands, and I really started to fall in love with Estee Lauder. I really like their skin products. They do have really nice lipstick formula, and that's where I started to get the Blockbuster for Christmas from Jake's mum as well. And I tend to get one every year now, which I just look forward to because they're such good value for money, and especially with their skincare sets around Christmas. So this guy here, it is quite expensive. I think that this one is possibly around the £70 mark, as this one is 30ml. And I think you can get a bigger one, but that's over £100. You can always go to your local local Estee Lauder counter and pick up a sample. Ask the advisor a bit more about the product to see if you could try it out on the counter or take it away. I really like it. I just find that my skin is really soft, really hydrated, and I feel like it's helped with any, I mean, I don't have fine lines or wrinkles, but the ingredients in here, I just feel like my overall complexion is just so smooth. I've seen a lot of videos where oh gosh, I'm not too sure what her name is, but she shows her mum's skincare routine, and her mum is Asian and she loves Estee Lauder and she uses this product. But yeah, I love using this at night time as my night serum, and I have been mixing it with my foundation for work just to sort of sheer it out a bit and give me a bit more hydration for the day as well, and I've really liked using it that way. I've got a few people onto work using it this way as well, where I've given them maybe like a little sample to try because I love it so much. I talk about it all the time. I love Estee Lauder and I love this serum. So next I've got a hair care product. I believe I've spoken about Garnier hair food masks on my channel before. I think I've tried a watermelon one, a mango one and a banana one. So this is the coconut one, and this one is for frizzy and unruly hair. So I can get quite frizzy hair. I fall into a lot of categories. My hair is coloured, my hair, I do feel like I put a lot of heat on it, so I would fall into the damaged category on top of the bleach as well. It's frizzy, it can get quite greasy as well. So I've been trying out each of these masks to see which one that I do really like. I'm obsessed with coconut for my hair. I love fruity scents, so I love to put anything banana or coconut or like citrusy on my hair, as I just kind of love smelling it, and I know that Jake likes to smell it when we're sort of cuddled up as well. So this is a 3-in-1 hair mask. You can use this as a conditioner, you can use it as a mask, which is just what I tend to do, or you can use a very small amount and leave it in the hair for wet or dry hair, but I just tend to use this as a mask. I pop this on damp sort of, damp hair, and I leave it on for as long as I can, whether it's just a couple of hours or overnight, and I really work into the lengths and ends of my hair. So I mean, this is a massive pot. You get so much in here, and they do usually go on offer. I think you can sometimes get like them 2 for £6, 2 for £7. I mean, gosh, how much is actually in here? 390ml in here. That's a lot of product. So I definitely check out like Boots, Superdrug, supermarkets where they do tend to have these on offer. But I really like what they do for my hair. As I know I fall into a lot of categories, I do like to take care of my hair as much as I can. I'm not really a hair person, I'm more of a makeup person, so I don't really know a lot about hair care products. So yeah, I do always mask my hair before I go in and wash it, and I do feel like that makes a huge difference as well. So I'll go on to this product next, as this kind of ties into the hair mask. So this is the Olaplex Intensive Bond Building Hair Treatment, and this is 0. So this primes, repairs, strengthens and protects all hair types. So this is the component here, which is just like a little dropper. I think that you can get the spray top as well. but I just tend to pop this in my hair like this, in my roots, work it down to the ends, completely sort of saturate the hair, and then it says here leave on hair for 10 minutes, and then they do say that it goes hand in hand with the number 3 hair perfector, which I did have and I just kind of didn't really repurchase, as Olaplex can be quite expensive, and I thought, well, I do really like this one, do I need to have both? But they do recommend having both. So you pop this on for 10 minutes, and then they advise that you put the number 3 perfector on top of that for another 10 minutes, and then you go in and you wash your hair with the Olaplex shampoo and conditioner. But I tend to saturate my hair with this, and then I pop on a hair mask, whether it be my Vieve hyaluronic acid mask or my Garnier food mask. I have recently purchased the HNB Cosmetics set as well that comes with a hair mask, so I'll either use one of those to pop my hair in a claw clip and leave on for as long as I can. I love this stuff. I recommended this to my sisters and to a few of the girls at work, as I love Olaplex. I feel like it really does take care of my hair. Whenever I go to the hairdresser to get it bleached, I always ask for an Olaplex treatment whilst I'm there as well. I have actually picked another one of these up if you saw my haul video for TK Maxx, and I will continue to use it. I do really like what it does for my hair. So I've got a lot of hair products today. I've got the L'Oreal Elvive Dream Lengths Restoring Shampoo. So this has vitamins, keratin and castor oil in it, and it's for long damaged hair. I mean, I've had this for so long now, my hair sort of was a bit longer when I purchased it. I don't feel like this was a memorable shampoo for me. I believe I bought I tend to buy a set, as I tend to be on offer in Boots, so I'll get the shampoo, conditioner and mask on like a 3 for 2. I do like the L'Oreal Elvive range. I really like the hyaluronic acid range in particular, which is the purple set. I've seen a lot of people like sort of bad talking this particular range. I don't feel like it really did anything for my hair. It was just kind of a shampoo. You know, I don't feel like my hair was sort of smooth, sleek afterwards. I do tend to have to use a lot of products with it when I blow dry and style to stop it from going really dry and really frizzy. But I tend to do a treatment now where I will use my Olaplex and a hair mask, and then I will do a pre-shampoo. So I'll use a shampoo like this, any of my like cheaper ones that I'm just trying to use up really, because I don't like waste. I don't like to throw things away unless I really hate it and it doesn't work for me. So I tend to use a shampoo like this to sort of wash my hair, and then I'll go in with either my Colour Wow, my Olaplex, my HNB Cosmetics shampoo that really lathers up and just kind of cleans the hair and does what it needs to do. So I do tend to use this one as like a pre-shampoo. These are very cheap. I think they can go on offer in Boots for like £2 or £3, or they can do like a 3 for 2. I mean, I don't think that I would repurchase this range. There are other shampoos that I do prefer over this. Then I do actually have something from the Elvive hyaluronic range. This is the moisture locking conditioner. I hate how you always run out of conditioner before your shampoo, and that they make the conditioner smaller. I've just never understood that. So I do actually have the shampoo in my shower room, but I just wanted to talk about the conditioner. I mean, it's supposed to give you up to 72 hours moisture. It's for dehydrated hair. I do really like this range. I actually bought the serum, the shampoo, conditioner and hair mask, and altogether I have used them and I have really liked them. So it is something that I would pick up again if I saw it on offer, because I have really liked what it's done for my hair. I've had some compliments at work where my hair's looked soft and shiny, and it's all been from using the Elvive hyaluronic range. They're very inexpensive. I think it's just such a nice sort of drugstore brand. Okay, so I have another conditioner here. So I've never heard of this brand. This is Expel Hair Care, and this is their banana conditioner. So I used to really like using the Body Shop banana mask, shampoo and conditioner, and my mum knew this, so she saw a cheaper version and she picked this up for me to try. So I don't really know what hair type this is for. It just says it's a nourishing conditioner enriched with banana to leave your hair feeling sleek, shiny and smooth. I did think that it was okay. I would tend to use another conditioner sort of mixed with it, as by itself I don't think that it did much for my hair. My hair can be very, very thick and frizzy. But does anybody else use conditioner to shave their legs? Because I don't really like shaving foams, and I don't know, I think I saw Laura Lee do like her shower routine, and she said that she always uses conditioner and it leaves her skin feeling so soft and smooth. So ever since watching her video, I've been using like a cheap conditioner to shave my legs. And yeah, I've just been using this one to shave my legs to have a use for it. It's not something that I would pick up again. I do prefer the Body Shop version, but I do love that my mum saw this and thought of me and picked it up and put it in my stocking. Okay, I have one more thing from Bath and sort of body. This is Snow Fairy. She's very well loved. She is the big 1 kilogram bottle of shower gel. I do find with Snow Fairy that you do get this bit at the bottom where all the sparkle is. As you're using the product, it just kind of like sinks to the bottom. But if you guys have watched my channel for a while, you'll know that Snow Fairy is my favourite scent on this planet. It's just so sweet. It smells like candy floss and sweets and pear drops and marshmallow. I do feel like a Snow Fairy princess when I use this, and I do have the shampoo bar, I've got the shower gel, I've got the body lotion, I've got the spray, so I just smell like Snow Fairy. I love this. I pick this up every year. I do have another one that I'm currently using, which is the smaller version of this one, as this bad boy is about £30. I know £30 for a shower gel, very expensive, but she's worth it. And she lasts for so long. I've used this product for years. I've got my sisters onto it. They love the smell of it. And it tends to come out once a year at Christmas, but it does come out from September, so I don't have too long to wait. And it's available from September to December. I would really recommend going to your local Lush and just smelling it. Because it's just so nice. It's pink, it's sparkly. But yeah, I'll definitely be picking up another one of these when it launches, and I will ask for one for Christmas as well. I do tend to find that I can use like 2 in a year, the big bottles, or maybe just a bit over. I mean, I don't know. I've just always got one in backup, because it's just a shower gel that I use all year round. I don't like using cheap shower gels because I do have sensitive skin, and I don't feel like the scent really lasts, whereas this one I can smell it on my skin for ages after. The bathroom smells delicious for ages after I've had a shower. But yeah, I would definitely check out Snow Fairy. It is my favourite scent in the world. Okay, so it's not an empties video if I haven't got my Clinique lip balm. I've again gone through 2. I love this so much. It's so nourishing, it's so like juicy. You can apply like a bit of a thicker layer for like an overnight mask. It's on my desk at work. I've got one in Jake's car. I've got one in my bags. You know, I've got one in the bathroom, in the bedroom, and I think I had one in my dressing gown during the winter, because I'd always sort of cook in my dressing gown, chill out in my dressing gown, so I'd have one on me to apply. I just love this so much. It's so nourishing, it's not sticky. I just, yeah, get your hands on it. Gosh, I've got so much skincare. So I've got the Caudalie vinoperfect essence. I got this in the vinoperfect set that came with the serum and a little face cream. I knew that I did want to try an essence. I do already use a toner, and you'd kind of go in with a toner and then an essence as like an extra step, and then go into the serums and things. So I did want to try one out. I do feel like it's added an extra layer of hydration into my skincare steps. I do love to have my little routine, so I like that this kind of slots in nicely. I do like this one. I think it's very fresh, very clean, and I do really like my Cosrx Snail Mucin as well. So I do already love the vinoperfect serum, so I would buy the set again because I liked all 3 products, and to get this little guy again. I don't know if I'd get the full size of this one. I do want to try other essences, like I know Estee Lauder have one, or maybe try another Korean one. But I do really like the brand Caudalie, and I have enjoyed using this. Okay, so I've got my Bare Minerals cleanser here. I've cut off the end of it and just sort of squished it down, as I like to use all of the product I don't like waste. So this is the Pure Plush Gentle Deep Cleansing Foam. It's infused with mineral-rich sea salts, elderflower and rosemary extracts. I love this one. It's a very nice creamy cleanser that lathers up. My skin feels really nice and clean and soft, and it's got that really nice botanical smell to it as well. I do tend to really like cream cleansers, as I find that my skin is quite dry. I'm an IM combination, so I can get quite oily, but I do tend to find that in the mornings my skin can be very dry, so I like to use something very hydrating, very nourishing, and I do think that that cleanser is, and it works really well with my Foreo or just with my hands lathering the product up. My skin just feels so milky, so creamy as I'm putting it on, and it doesn't feel tight or dry when I wash it off either. I only have another 3 more skincare products, and then I've got a little bit of makeup. So I've got this retinol here. This is from the Inky list, and it's 30 mils. It's just a retinol serum, really. I think this was around 10 to 12.99, something like that, in my local Boots. I do really like this retinol. I tend to use my retinol twice a week. I haven't really built it up anymore. I know that, I mean, gosh, I've used retinol I think for about a year now, and you can build it up more to use it, you know, more than twice a week, really. They recommend once or twice a week to start off with, so it's not so harsh on your skin. I could build it up, but I do quite like using it twice a week. I don't really want to mess with my skin too much. I don't know if it would be a bit too harsh using it more in the week. So when I use my retinol, I use it twice a week in the evenings, and I do a sandwich technique. So I will have my moisturiser, I'll pop my retinol on, and then I'll pop another layer of moisturiser, whether it be a different moisturiser that I have, one of my Clinique Moisture Surge masks, or I do sort of layer with my Kiehls Midnight Recovery Oil. I find that that's the way that works best for me, because I am quite dry, I'm quite sensitive, and I don't really want to dry out my skin too much, so I tend to use that sandwiching technique. So then I've got some bits from Estee Lauder. I've got the Revitalizing Supreme Eye Cream and the Revitalizing Supreme Face Cream. So this is targeted to ladies, I believe it's between the ages of 40 and 60, or maybe 50 plus. I'm not too sure, but it's for like older ladies. This set tends to always be included in the Blockbuster. I don't know if it is their most popular cream, but it is targeted to the older ladies, which I guess are quite a big portion of their market, so they will include that cream. My little sister loves this, but I don't know. I don't really feel like it's hydrating enough for me. I've been using the eye cream underneath my eyes, and I just know that I prefer the Kiehls one. I prefer my Charlotte Tilbury one. It doesn't work as well for me. It's a nice cream, but I don't think that it does what I need it to do. Same with the face cream. I do think this is a nice face cream. I don't feel like it stretches out around my face as much as I want it to. Like, I'll pop a bit on and then I'll sort of rub it in, and it's almost like staying exactly where I've put it. You know, it doesn't really move to like this portion of my face. It will just sort of stay here. I've got to add a bit more. So I don't think that it's the texture that I want it to be. So I've only got a few products left now. I've got my Charlotte Tilbury mini mascara here. So this is Legendary Lashes Volume 2. This one is a thicker brush. I do like this. I like the bristles on it. I think that it adds a lot of volume to my lashes. I don't use this out as my starting mascara. I tend to use this one here from Benefit, which is also an empty. So this one's Roller Lash. I tend to use lash curler, pop some Roller Lash on, as it's like my starting mascara and my bottom mascara, and then I tend to layer up with a voluminous mascara like this one here. I know it's a bit bougie to use 2 mascaras, but that's personally how I like to use my mascara to get the best out of my lashes, as my lashes can be quite thin, sparse, and using this technique I just feel like this picks up all the lashes, and then this one just really like pushes them up further, gives them a bit more volume. Whereas if you use this fat brush first, I don't feel like it quite does the job as well. I like them together. I do have a lot more of these from over the years that I have purchased Charlotte Tilbury. I always seem to select a little Magic Cream mini or this one as my samples. I do really like this mascara. I would recommend it. It is one of my favourites. I have got the Roller Lash one here. As I said, I do like to use this one as my starting out mascara. I like the wand, I like the formula. This is my work mascara as well, so it's like a curved brush. So I use the bottom part first with the shorter bristles just to pull the lashes up, and then use the other side, and I tend to use the smaller side to really wiggle through my bottom lashes, as it really gives them length and it combs through them, so it makes them look more separated and longer, without giving you that like spider eyes look. I do have the Benefit Bad Girl Bang. I mean, once you get into the product and you've used a bit more of it, I do think that it is quite nice to add a bit more volume to your lashes. It is a plastic wand, so I don't feel like, I mean, I do prefer to use a plastic one to start off with, and then I like to use a brush wand to really like add volume to my lashes. This one, I think it's a very wet formula. If I'm sort of putting on lashes and I press them together, I will find that I've got mascara on my thumb and my finger where I've just been pushing. So I feel like it takes ages to dry down. It can be very messy. I do not use this on my bottom lashes at all, as it does transfer. When you first open this product, there's so much in there that it just gloops all over the brush, and you cannot see the bristles. So you do have to scrape and end up wasting product. I do have quite a few of these in backups where I would just get them from working for the brand. I wouldn't use this on anybody on the counter unless somebody asked for it. I just found it was so messy, or if I was maybe halfway through one of them, I would use it. Just add a bit more volume, I guess. So there you go guys, that was the end of my empties video. I really hope that you've enjoyed watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel before you leave, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!